Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Patty Brown, and I'd like to thank you and welcome you today to the kickoff for Steve Huber's very successful campaign for Oxnard City Council. I supported Steve a couple of years ago when he ran and unfortunately came just a few votes shy of winning, but I'm very confident that that will not be happening again this year. And I support Steve because our city needs leadership now more than, well, maybe not more than ever, but we continue to need leadership, strong leadership, someone who has some experience in the real world, managing and overseeing and making sure that our city is run properly and that our employees can be happy and productive and do their jobs, and we can be proud to be residents of Oxnard once again. So with that, I'd like to introduce Steve. I know you all know him, and he's going to have a few words about his campaign.
Thank you, Patty.
Welcome.
All right. Thank you all for coming. This is a wonderful venue. Magda opened up last Saturday, and the reason why I chose Fresh and Fabulous is because we really need to support the businesses in downtown Oxnard. So if you can come back and support her, this is her first Saturday, and she's basically helping out by showing off what she has on her menu. So thanks for coming, and I'd like to thank also my family. Eileen is a big part of this effort. And a special treat, Stephen and his wife Stephanie. My son Steve is taking pictures, and Stephanie's been working up here. So thank you so much. We're coming up from LA. Steve's the oldest, and I have 3 others that are out there either protecting the country or they're over in Belgium. So, all right. So, listen, I just want to speak a couple minutes and tell you what I stand for and what I'm doing here. So last time I did lose by 10 votes, but that's not why I'm running. I'm running because now, more than ever, the city is in a crisis. We have a weak finance. We have programs that have been cut. We've basically given up on children's programs and adult programs. We've given up on business development. We have folks leaving in big numbers. We have a brain drain going on. We have poor morale. And it's just, I don't like to see our city basically going down the tubes. I'm disappointed and frustrated with what's going on in the dais. And I think basically common sense is not common in Oxnard. And we need somebody with rational, common sense thinking, and I think I bring that. My experience, we need somebody that's experienced, skilled, and has the abilities to basically turn this ship around. I was the commanding officer of the USS Fife. And when I took command of my ship, we had 3 feet of water in our bilges. We were literally sinking at the pier. We had poor morale, the ship was dirty, and we didn't have enough money. Does that sound familiar? Yeah. So I took a diverse group of people, pulled them together, we came up with an action plan, and 18 months later, we were winning awards. We met every mission we had to go on. In fact, we were the first gray hull for Alaskan Airlines Flight 261. Love to tell you more about that some other time, but now's not the right time to talk about that. But every time we tried to do something after that 18 months, we did it with pride. We did it with Fife pride. I still wear my Fife hat because of that pride. And the kids that were there were very proud to be on board. In fact, not only did we clean up the ship, but they shined the brass like never had been shined. You'd think an admiral was coming on any day. So it was just a great opportunity. The other thing that I think leaders need to do is to build relationships. So right now I've been building those relationships by being on a bunch of community boards. I'm on the St. John's board, Santa Clara High School board, go Saints, the Channel Islands Maritime Museum board, the Oxnard Ambassadors, and also the Military Officers Association. I'm giving back to the community, but I'm getting as much from the community as well. But the one thing that I think that's important by building those relationships is that when I win, it'll be good for Oxnard and for Oxnard's future because of building all those relationships. So I talked about leadership. That's the one thing that I really want to make sure that we return to Oxnard. But the second thing is we really need to take care of our budget. We need somebody that has a big picture and understands the relationship between budgets and programs and people and infrastructure. And it's just, we don't have that right now. If you ask me what's the first thing I'm going to do when I win, one of them's going to be we need an internal controller to make sure that we know what our budget is all about. I'm also going to make sure we wean ourselves from our consultants. And then the third thing is to make sure that we clean up our city. And that is so broad. It's everything from our alleys to our ethics to all of those things. And I've done all that stuff. So one of the things that we talk about budgeting is when I was commanding officer, and the reason why I'm here is I was at the Naval Surface Warfare Center in Port Hueneme. I had about 2,000 people, 2,000 that worked for me, and a $600 million budget. And for the 4 years I was there, we balanced our budget and we had reserves every year. Actually, my last year I had a $730 million budget, and we bailed out one of the other warfare centers. So I know how to do budgeting. I know how to prioritize budgeting. And I think I'm ready. I'm the right guy. Yo puedo ganar. I can win. But the last thing I want to leave you with is a little story about my personal life. So when I was a student at the Naval Academy, we had some bronze doors that we used to walk through. Okay, they were at the chapel, and I needed some help with my grades, so I used to go to the chapel regularly. But above the door it said, "Non sibi sed patria," not for self, but for country. I'm not doing this for me. It's not about me. I'm doing it for the good of the city. So my motto is "Non sibi sed Oxnard," not for self, but for Oxnard. And so that's what I stand for, and thank you for your support. And let's have some fun. This is a fundraiser. Fun, not fundraiser. And so thank you all for being here. And I have signs, I have envelopes, and I have lots of people that I think you need to meet 2 new people if you haven't met everybody here. So thanks very much. All right, thank you.
Hi, my name is Tim Combs, and I'm here today to support Steve Huber. I'm familiar with Steve. He's been dedicated to the city, working on the Planning Commission, and has a history of service to the city and knowledge of what's going on in the city. The other thing that makes Steve unique is his background before he got here in the military. He is used to working with large budgets, large amounts of people, and directing them successfully. He can easily take these traits and bring them into the city and be of great service to the City Council and provide leadership for the city of Oxnard.
Good afternoon. My name is Tony Valenti, former mayor, council member of the city of Port Hueneme. It gives me great pleasure to be able to endorse Steve Huber. I've known Steve for many years. I knew him as a commander at the Naval Surface Warfare Center at Point Magu. And I sit on many committees and agencies with him. He's a man of great integrity, and he shows great leadership. And I think that he would be a great council member for the city of Oxnard. So please get out there and vote for him. Steve Huber for City Council of Oxnard. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Will Berg, and I'm a candidate for the Port Hueneme City Council. And I'm supporting Steve Huber because he would be a great partner to work with that will build bridges between the city of Port Hueneme and the city of Oxnard. He's a leader, a proven leader who seeks collaboration, seeks the input of others, and takes action. Steve gets things done.
Hi, I'm Kim Gibbous. I'm supporting Steve Huber for City Council because he has the experience, the leadership, integrity, and honesty that we need for this year's council.